So I've been looking through my For You page, and it seems like there's a lot of videos on men suffering, and they're not being displayed by men. It's literally women, and most of them are extreme feminist women who are screaming at their phones, basically saying that if men are suffering and it's supposed to be silent suffering, why are they hearing so much about it? Or saying that if men are really suffering, they need to suffer quieter or die quieter or things like that. Just really, really angry, aggressive things to say about somebody. I specifically don't believe in being that hurtful to people. I generally consider myself to be someone who is more understanding, more compassionate. But I have to say, it's very offensive to have people say these things about men. Because, let's go ahead and say if it were opposite and men were screaming, if women are suffering, why don't they do it quieter? Why don't they die quieter? That would never carry itself. The internet would be up in arms, angry about it. And I'm really confused as to why, if feminism is about equality, and that's what everyone screams about, right? Feminism is about equality. Well, if it was, then why are women putting down men in the way of telling them to suffer in silence and die faster? See, I believe in the game of poker. I'm really good at playing poker. In poker, you need a poker face. And to be able to have a poker face, it means that you're not supposed to give away your position or become very emotional about what you're doing. When you do this type of activity, it's called giving a tell, right? So if I get a really great hand and I make myself really happy or angry, everyone can tell either I have good cards or bad cards. This is the worst way to play poker because everyone can tell what you're doing, unless you're doing it intentionally wrong so that you can bluff people. But most people aren't really good at bluffing. So if I'm saying anything right now, it's that women have basically given up their tell. That when they scream about equality, it's not really about equality, or they would care just as much about men as they do about women. As somebody who's paying attention, I can tell you that feminist people, whether it's men or women, have just as much ability to yell at women as they do at men. Especially if that woman decides to take a man's side and say that you guys are being ridiculous, or that you guys aren't being fair, or that it's not about equality, you guys are doing something else. You guys are just as quick to turn on those women and say that they're not being a part of the woman's team. That's not the equality we're talking about. Equality is about doing